Hi, and welcome to Snowboard Instructor Tool. I decided to have a little bit of fun for our student today. Let's have a look. As usual, feel free to stop the video, make your analysis, and write it in the comment section down below. If you like this training, make sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. James. His goal is to increase speed on the snowboard. For physical, he's fit and handsome, which is a minimum to be a spy, and is an adult man. Psychological, he's not scared and is keen. For the terrain condition, we have a steep terrain, expert terrain, with well-groomed snow. It's very smooth and it's empty. There's almost nobody in there. The equipment looks good. For my observation, I'm still gonna go through the CASI skill system. You can use the one from your certification. Position balance, he has an open stance. His legs are stiff but stable on the board. Most certainly because the snow is very smooth. Pivot is using counter rotation only. His upper body and lower body twist in a different direction during the turn. Pressure control, there is none and not much required in absorption as the snow is very smooth. His legs are very static. Edging, it's late in the turn. We can see it with the snow being spread down the slope and not across the slope. Timing and coordination, the turns are fairly symmetrical. On both sides, the first half of the turn are very quick due to the counter rotation, and on the second half, it's a very long turn. It takes a little bit more time to get more speed. For your goal as an instructor, for the theme of the lesson, there's again a lot of possibilities, different choice on what we can work to improve James' skills. When you try to decide what the goal of the lesson is, you have to really take into consideration your student goal, his physical abilities, psychological abilities, the terrain that is available to you, and use your observation and try to figure out if anything can be related to something in particular and how you could fix that to make your lesson a little bit more effective. There's many paths you can take. Try to choose one to make the lesson easier to understand And so your student can practice one thing once the lesson is over and really understand it. If I try to work on counter rotation and then pressure control and then timing coordination with gems, we won't have time to have any mileage for the exercise and any way to put that into the riding, so we can start having some muscle memory and understanding on why and how we do what we do with a snowboard. My goal, I decided to introduce board performance through the use of pressure for gems. Currently for gems, the board performance is almost none, if even existent. The board does not help him to turn at all, so it does not have a good platform on which he can be stable on to go at higher speeds. By introducing board performance and showing him that the board can do a lot of the turning job for him, it could increase his understanding on how to turn and therefore get better turn and faster turns. Even though I'm introducing something new, and usually I would prefer to go for static, active, and turning exercise, because James is a very advanced rider and you want to go fast, we also don't have a lot of people on the slope and the conditions are really good. I'm only gonna go for 2 exercises and focus on a lot of practice, a lot of riding. My first one will be to do no pivot turns on an easy terrain, pretty much carving. So we don't want to use any pivot whatsoever and just use our weight to bend that board so we can turn around. There's a terrain, so we don't scared to do big wide turn to really get that radius that the edge is giving us. That is a good way to introduce the fact that the board can turn for us without giving a lot of effort into it. My second exercise will be to go on an intermediate terrain, something a little bit steeper, so we can get a little bit sharper turns. And our goal will be to drop the hips inside the turn, so down the slope, as we initiate the turn. That way, again, we're gonna use a little bit of that pressure by getting the hips inside the turn to get that board initiating that turn on a more round way and showing that we don't really need that counter rotation to turn the board. We can just use the bending of the board in order to help us turn that board. I look forward to seeing your analyses in the comment section down below. If you want to support the channel, share it with your friends and coworkers. Consider joining the community, subscribing to the channel, putting translation for the subtitles to your own language. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.